What is up, guys? Tugi here, back again, and this is the first episode of Bourque's Battalion here on NHL 17. What is Bourque's Battalion? Well, it is simply an NHL 17 Road to Glory in Ultimate Team, of course, built around the best defenseman of all time, Ray Bourque. Yes, that's subjective. He's my favorite player of all time. There was no better player for me personally to build a series around than him. And simply put, before we show off the team, because the team is set, what are the rules of Bourque's Battalion? What are the rules of this series? Really, there's only one rule, and that's that you guys make the decisions on what we do. 2 games per episode. At the end of the episode, I pose the question to you guys. What do we do? Now, depending on our coin total, you could say, buy a pack. Try to buy this player. You could say, just hold on to it and keep building up that bankroll. And whatever the top liked comment, the top rated comment is down below is what we do. It's pretty simple. My job is to win and get us as many coins as possible. Your job is to help me craft the best team possible so that we can get things going and win the Division 1 title. Now, of course, we are starting off with the basic team. None of these players have been bought, aside, of course, from Ray Bourque. But I'm excited for this team, guys. This is a very good starting team, I feel. Top line is going to be Anthony Mantha, the new Travis Konechny, 84 overall, with the ridiculous 95 acceleration, agility, and speed. So that's pretty damn sweet. And Jesse Puljujarvi. So a very young top line, but I look forward to seeing what they can do. Second line is Reed Boucher, Valtteri Filppula, and Blake Como. Third line, Matt Bolesky, JT Miller, and Riley Nash. And on the fourth line, Greg McKegg, Scott Lawton, and Byron Froese. Defensively, you have the main man himself. Ray Bourque is here, playing with Derek Engelland. I know, playing with Derek Engelland. Second pairing is Derek Pouliot and Nate Prosser. And the third pairing is Braden Coburn with Brett Pesce, or Brett Pesci. I'm going to call him Pesci because it makes me think of Joe Pesci. The goaltending, Antti Ranta and Dustin Tokarski. Of course, we don't have a head coach. As far as synergy goes, we have quite a few styles activated already. Passing playmaker for Konechny, Puljujarvi, Filppula, and Derek Pouliot. So that passing and offensive awareness rating boost will be nice to have. Net front presence is active for Mantha, Bolesky, and JT Miller. Relentless forecheck is active for 5 different players, and they're 5 of the lower rated players as well. So that will certainly help. Riley Nash, Greg McKegg, Froese, Prosser, and Pesce getting the boost for that. We're close to a couple of other ones, but overall, like I said, I don't feel like this is the worst starting team that we could have had, and I look forward to using them over the next 2 games. Speaking of which, it is time. Let's get into the gameplay. So here we go, guys. Our first game is against No Packs, and we will see who his best player is. And honestly, I can't tell who exactly that is. I wish it was like FIFA where you could see the other team. That's not the case, but regardless, let's get into this. I'm ready.
I've made a huge mistake.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this is terrible. Oh, this is terrible. We have made a terrible mistake. Ignore the first half of this because this is a new account, so I still have the on-ice trainer and the wrong camera. This is the worst. Anthony Mantha, though, can't get a rebound. What an awful mistake.
Boston's carrying it up the wing.
Puljujarvi in front to Konechny. Chris Russell gets a hold of it. Obviously, as you can tell, I was able to pause and get everything switched back, but I had to create a new account as Bourque lays out Biega, and I completely forgot to change over the settings. That is not the best way to start, nor would be giving up a goal here if Bourque doesn't pick that up. Brett Pesci, you're killing me, son. Oh, so is Otto backskating. Big save by Ranta. We still don't have the puck, though. Please pick that up. This is my own fault. I can't blame anybody for this. Just horrific settings and a horrific deke attempt by Blake Como. You go sit in the box. You deserve to.
Your music's bad and you should feel bad.
Ray Bourque, the man, the myth, the legend, that's for sure. Puljujärvi to Englund. The bomb is wide. Englund, you are just terrible.
You should feel bad.
Good face-off win. Puck loose, couldn't get through.
Coburn to Filppula. He hit the post. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A great play by Braden Coburn, and we have a chance here with Blake Como. Back in forehand doesn't go either. Son of a bitch.
Now it's directed to Filppula.
Filppula to Como. Easy goal. Blake Como has the first goal in Bourque's Battalion. Remember the name, Blake Como. That is the first time anybody has ever said, remember the name, Blake Como.
I love watching guys score on the backhand. Condon's not able to get his glove.
Matt Bolesky with the steal. Come on, Bolesky, you can outrace Alexiak. Keep it on the forehand, no space. God, we gotta finish those. And JT Miller's getting outraced by Ryan Clough, and we just gave up a penalty shot.
Well, the defending player was trying to go for the puck on this breakaway opportunity, but clearly does not get the puck. It's all skates. We got ourselves a penalty.
Oh my God. Get him with the flying poke check. Thank you, God. Whew, crisis avoided there. Antti Ranta with the big save.
To get something regenerated, but from his own end of the ice. And they are in. Toward the net.
Lawton to Byron Fraze. And we are up 2-0, taking advantage of him missing his checks. I will take it. The first 2 goals in this series, Byron Fraze and Blake Como. Humble beginnings, that is for sure. Fraze beats Mike Condon. We are up 2-0. Things are looking good now that I'm not playing with on-ice trainer and Otto Backski. Imagine that. JT Miller with the chance, and he gives it right to fucking Robida.
Flings it. Blocked that one. He completed that pass, but it wasn't perfect.
4, 3, 2, kick it!
It's easy to say that's the goal of the series. It's the first fucking game. But that's a pretty nice goal. Again, we're able to take advantage of him being a bit too aggressive in the neutral zone. JT Miller is on the board. We are up 3-0. It's looking good.
Boston's got it in their own end, driving toward the neutral zone.
Konechny making him pay for it. He draws the trip. We are on the power play for the first time. I actually don't even know. I do have the umbrella selected. I just don't have it set up properly. But we'll see, and especially considering Nate Prosser's out here on the power play, that's kind of a bad sign. Nash to Mantha, and there it is. Doesn't matter if it's a bad sign. You just can't beat the umbrella power play. Anthony Mantha is on the board. It's 4-0 with 6:41 to go. Smooth sailing.
Out of their own end. Nicely into the zone. Great save.
And Ranta with a huge save at the end as player switching gets the better of me. But that's it. A debut shutout for Antti Ranta. 4-0 in our first game. Not too bad. Not nearly as good of a performance as I was hoping for. He wasn't a bad player, in fairness. He was not a bad player. But we get our first win. 3 stars of the game. Mantha with 2 points, Como, and then Ranta with the 12 save shutout. Let's move on to game number 2. Our second opponent is Mav23. Again, I'm having a somewhat difficult time making out who his best player is. Number 92, it should be obvious. Don't have a clue. We have Ray Bourque, though, so we're good to go.
And hoping for
Puljujarvi pulls through. What a save. Definitely playing a better goalie this time out, Roberto Luongo, as opposed to Mike Condon. But a huge early chance there for Jesse Puljujarvi.
Boston's carrying on up the wing. Shoots just wide. Everything's got to go through the middle of the ice. That's exactly where he was, but he missed the chance.
And there we go. I think it was Riley Nash who got it. Unable to clear the puck. I'm not sure if it was Nash or Bolesky still. 99% sure it's Riley Nash. But we get an early power play in this game. And Bourque's Battalion, it is Riley Nash, Nate Prosser, the man who kept the puck in. Let's look at this. Just gets the puck in. Bolesky wanted it to. We're up 1-0.
Possession established. Good reach there. Mueller's hooked on the play. There will be a...
Oh, I'm glad the computer Filpula decided to take that hooking call. I'm sure that's going to be great for us.
That's what we call a purpose shot.
And we make a terrible mistake that I often tell people not to do themselves. And we give up the power play goal. And that's why. Because you can have somebody right there, and then they can just blatantly ignore the puck. That is definitely a frustration move on my part from the AI taking the pen. And, of course, Nate Prosser decided not to pick it up. So, I'm sorry, Ranta. I let you down. I made a dumb mistake. I'm glad he's watching his replay, though. That's good. Come on, Mantha. Come on, Mantha. Penalty shot, please? Penalty shot. Okay. We stopped one in the first game. Can we score one here with Anthony Mantha is the question. What do we got? Ah, we had it. I told him to pull backhand. He didn't. Got caught up on the stick, and we miss a huge chance. I am not playing well at all this game.
And so it is 1-1. Good reach there. Good job with the poke check. Chooses the corner for this. Through the corner. Got it right back. Broke it up well with the poke check. Brings a shot.
And Scott Lawton roofs it. Holy shit. You're going to have a few seconds of pretty much solid silence there as we were desperately trying to find somebody in front. But just moments after we blow the opportunity with Mantha, Scott Lawton goes ham in the offensive zone. We just wait until Luongo drifts off the post. We take the short side, and we have the lead back. And this time, he can watch our replay. Because that's what happens. That is what happens.
On the outside. Just a backhand. Best just to fire it right at the goaltender. Out in the slot.
Terry Filpula denied as well. Jesus Christ. If you want breakaways stopped, Roberto Luongo is for you.
By Miller. Keeps it going behind the goal. Outstanding save with a glove.
And we get a freebie. Jesus Christ. We've been all over him. He has just completely fallen apart ever since we gave him that freebie of a goal. And finally, we are able to catch him with him calling it out. Matt Bolesky, the beneficiary. And we are up 3-1. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable now, that is for sure. And congrats to Matt Bolesky, gets a goal in this series much, much sooner than he did in the real Bruins NHL season. Thank God.
Controlling the play in their own end. Gets in and he'll look over his options. Breakaway. It's a penalty.
And we're getting another penalty shot. This one with Greg McKegg. He trips me up with Scott Lawton. I'm not too confident here because McKegg is a lefty. And we needed to wait an extra second and we would have had him. A little bit of extra patience because he moved too. He cheated. Fuck me. 2 penalty shots stopped. What a brutal performance on my part, aside from 12 shots to nothing in the third period. Tie up clean here. McKegg to Engelin. Can he get it on? And that is not going to count.
Geometrically to Bourque.
And Ray Bourque has his first goal in this series. He's just completely lost the plot, taking pens, and Ray Bourque gets his first goal of the series. I was starting to worry because I'm pretty sure that's his first point as well. Could have been a very, very quiet debut for him, but a beautiful, beautiful snipe. Oh, captain, my captain. We're going to be 2-0, aren't we? And Filppula takes advantage. Son of a bitch. That's definitely something I have to work on in the series. Like, I don't like acting like I'm commentating over the shit. So a lot of these clips, if not every clip, is going to be silence. And then, hey, we did something well. He was fucking around with the puck in his defensive zone. We were able to steal it finally. And Valtteri Filppula gets on the board. Greg McKegg just missed the biggest sitter you could possibly have aside from a legitimately empty net. Oh my god. That might have answered the question of what do we do next. Get a replacement for Greg McKegg. God damn it. Riley Nash, one more breakaway. Cannot bury it. Cannot bury it. That would have been the icing on the cake. We will get nothing, but we will take the 5-1 victory. A perfect start, as you would expect. I mean, let's be honest. How much confidence would you have in me if I lost my first 2 games, or even one of my first 2 games in Division 10? The good thing is, we should have a decent coin total to at least be able to look at buying some decent, buying a decent player if we want. But yeah, 39 shots to 6, nearly 12 minutes of time on attack to 3. He also took 7 penalties because in the end, he just stopped trying. Scott Lawton, your first star with 2 points, Filppula goal, and Riley Nash with the goal. And guys, of course, that will do it for the first episode of Bourque's Battalion. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm intrigued to see how this series goes. Obviously, a little bit something different for me, but I am excited for it as we get a look at the list. Indeed, that was Bourque's only point in the first 2 games, but he was a team high +4. But yeah, as always, as we wrap up this episode, Ranta with a 94 save percentage, let me know down in the comments below, what do we do next? If we have a player that we should pick up, keep in mind we'll have roughly 3,000 coins. If we should just hold on to these coins, try and buy a pack and see who we get and hope that we get multiple upgrades, you let me know. Top comment down below decides. So if you see a comment that you agree with, give it a thumbs up. And of course, the top comment we will go with. So guys, that is it for this one. As always, if you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button to help support my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already to continue following this series and others. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Bourque's Battalion.